Konnichiwa minasan. Hello friends, how are you? Welcome to Saral Japani YouTube channel that brings you lessons in Japanese for the beginners. Today is lesson 28. Thanks, sorry, excuse me. In continuation with the basic introductions, expressions and conversational sentences, let's look at the different ways of conveying thanks and seeking apology. Also, how to say you are welcome. So the first and the most common and popular way of saying thanks in Japanese is arigato. Arigato. And this is in a very casual way of saying thank you. In general, in Japanese, the longer it takes you to say something, the more polite, humble, and formal it is. So while saying arigato to someone, one should be very careful because this is not a formal expression of saying thanks. So this may be used among friends or family members. The more formal and more polite way is to add a gozaimasu after arigato. And this is similar to ohayo gozaimasu. So as we had seen earlier that gozaimasu is an expression of politeness and hence arigato gozaimasu is the same as arigato but in a more polite and humble way. Thank you in a polite sense is arigato gozaimasu. So it makes it more work appropriate and more appropriate for strangers and new friends and also for addressing someone who has really helped you. The third is domo arigato. And domo arigato means thank you very much. It is slightly higher in level than a plain arigato, but more friendly and casual than arigato gozaimasu. So domo arigato is in between arigato and arigato gozaimasu. This would be better for use with friends, family, and younger people to express your gratitude towards them. Then we have domo arigato gozaimasu. This is thank you very much with an extra politeness. So this is highly formal and used generally in work environments, and it is often accompanied with a typical Japanese bow. Domo arigato gozaimasu. Then the fifth one is hontoni arigato gozaimasu. So you can see here the kanji for hon, which we had studied earlier in one of our kanji lessons. Hon means root or the wood and or the origin. And this is the kanji for to, which means this. And ni means day. So hontoni, the meaning of the entire word hontoni is really or truly. So hontoni arigato gozaimasu means really or truly thank you very much. So it is like adding a really or truly, that is adding a little extra emphasis or being a bit more polite. So someone who has helped you and you are very, very obliged to him, for that purpose, you may add a hontoni in front of arigato gozaimasu. Hontoni arigato gozaimasu. Next is haisha mousihiagemasu. Haisha mousihiagemasu. Thank you very much. And this is again another extra humble gesture to say thanks to someone who is higher than you in social status. It has an undercurrent of putting yourself below the person you are thanking. So this is haisha mousihiagemasu, which is a very, very humble gesture and for thanking someone who is higher in rank in social status. So it could be a teacher or an elderly person in your family or someone very, very uh, high in social status than you. Sumimasen. Sumimasen is a very, very popular word in Japan, which translates to excuse me in English or sorry for the trouble. Like it has the same meaning as excuse me. If you have caused a trouble, a minor trouble to someone, then Sumimasen word may be used, and it is the most common expression for seeking an apology. Sometimes it is also used to say thanks or to convey thanks to someone for doing something for you despite the inconvenience. So, this is more associated with trouble or inconvenience that you might have caused to someone and someone who has done your work in spite of that trouble. So, sumimasen is for the casual excuse me and is very, very commonly used in Japan. Sumimasen. Then we have another word, osoreirimasu. Osoreirimasu means I am deeply sorry. It is much more formal than a sumimasen. Osoreirimasu. It is most used for thanking a superior or client at workplace, and it's basically thanking someone from the bottom of your heart by apologizing deeply that they have been so inconvenienced by doing something for you. So this is again a formal version of the casual sumimasen. Osoreirimasu. Then we have otsukaresamadesu. This we have earlier discussed in our one of our previous lessons on greetings, that is lesson 21. And otsukaresamadesu means thanks for your hard work. This is usually used at workplace at the end of day's work. Otsukaresamadesu. Thanks for your hard work. Then a very important word is itadakimasu. Itadakimasu means thanks for the food or thanks for the meal. It is generally said before one starts eating, often with bowing the head slightly and putting the hands together as a grateful and polite acknowledgement of everything that went into that meal. So think of it as thanking the waiter, the chef, the fishmonger, and the fish itself, or even to the god. So in several cultures, we have this gesture before starting to eat that we thank the god for that food and for everything. So itadakimasu is basically a gesture of thanks for everyone who has been responsible for the food you have on your plate. Itadakimasu, thank you for the food or the meal. Then we have some casual ways of saying thanks. One is doumo. So you might remember we have discussed doumo arigato and doumo arigato gozaimasu. This is simply a doumo, which means it's a very, very casual thanks and it is generally used among close friends only. So it's a fun-filled casual thanks for close friends. Domo. Then we have thank you, which is nothing but the English thank you. And that's why it's written in katakana, thank you. It is considered to be a slang in Japanese and more common among the youngsters. So one must be careful when someone uses thank you because the san q may also be number 39 because san is for 3 and q is for 9. So 39 is san q. So although it's not 39 because it will have Sanju Q, Sanju Q will be 39 and Sun Q will be 39. So be careful if someone uses Sun Q. So it may not be thank you, but it could be 39 as well. And finally, we have Azas. Azas is a super shortened form of Arigato gozaimasu. You can see here A from arigato and za from gozai and su from this masu. So azas is coming from this arigato gozaimasu itself and it is a very, very shortened form of arigato gozaimasu. And azas means thanks or cheers and it's a very, very casual way of saying thanks or cheers. Here cheers is in the sense of thanks and not in the drinking sense. And this Azas word is generally used by school kids in anime, that is in animation, and by young people hanging out with friends. Azas. Now we have seen 13 different ways of saying thanks and excuse me and sorry. So next is how we say you are welcome. You are welcome This is the response to any of the thank you expressions. And this is douitashimashite. Douitashimashite means you are welcome. So this is a formal way of saying you are welcome, but casually people may say EA, that means no, no, it's okay, it's all right. So when you say thanks, so as we casually say, it's okay. So in Japanese, it is said EA, that means no, no, it's okay. So this is said casually in response to one's thanks. So friends, this is all for today's lesson. We have seen different ways of saying thanks, excuse me, and sorry, and also how to say you are welcome. So we shall be back with the next lesson soon. Till then, have a nice time. Mata imasho.